Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 4. I hope you all are enjoying the best of your health. Dear students, open your active English course book. Dear students, to be continue with the exercise of unit number 3 The Artist. Our today's topic is related to grammar. And in grammar, today we'll discuss complex sentences. Dear students, it's on your books page number 38. Our today's topic, complex sentence, or you can say complex sentences. Dear students, a complex sentence is made up of a main clause and a dependent clause. Now the question arises, what is the meaning of clause? Dear students, a clause is a group of words that contains both a subject and a predicate, or you can say a verb. But now what is the meaning of main clause? Remember, dear students, main clause means a clause that can form a complete sentence standing alone, having a subject and a predicate. So you can say main clause is an independent clause. Now what is the meaning of dependent clause? Dear students, a dependent clause is one that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. So you can say a dependent clause is a subordinate clause. Now I read once again. A complex sentence is made up of a main clause and a dependent clause. But remember, dear students, we use connectors to join up ideas and complex sentences. Let's check some examples. I saw my teacher as I was walking towards the classroom. Now, dear students, look at the blue words. I saw my teacher. These words are main clause because it gives us a complete sense and it also makes a complete sentence and having a subject and a predicate. So this sentence is a main clause. This part of a sentence is a main clause. Look at the black word as. As is a connector. As is a connector because it joins main clause and dependent clause. Now look at the next part of the sentence. I was walking towards the classroom. These green words are dependent clause. As you can see, this information is insufficient and this dependent clause depends on main clause, or you can say independent clause. Look at another example. I was crying when I picked up my paintbrush. Blue words. Look at the blue words. I was crying. This is a main clause. When is a connector. I picked up my paintbrush. These green words are dependent clause. Here is a rule for you to be remembered, dear students. We use a comma after a dependent clause. We use a comma after a dependent clause if it comes at the beginning of a complex sentence. For example, whenever grandma visits. Now you can see whenever grandma visits, it's a dependent clause. So we'll put comma after it. Then the main clause. The children want her to make a pizza. Another example, although we had a huge dinner. It's a dependent clause, so we'll put comma after it. Then the main clause. We'll still wanted ice cream for dessert. Now, dear students, here we have an exercise for the practice of complex sentences. Form complex sentences by combining the best suited dependent and main clauses. You can see here we have a box for clues. Look at the first one. I won the first prize at the inter-school drawing competition. Here we'll put comma and then we'll add the rest part of the sentence. Although I was close to tears. Then full stop. Next, here we'll write when the bell rang, comma, the students lined up quickly. When the bell rang, this one is a dependent clause. And the students lined up quickly, it's your main clause. In the third sentence, she brought her coat. He will write because it was snowing outside. Remember, dear students, words like although, when, sorry, not when, although and because are connectors. Fourth and last, even though I was colorblind, comma, I pretended not to care. Now you can see even though I was colorblind is your dependent clause and I pretended not to care. I pretended not to care is a main clause. Now dear students, your today's task is learn definition of complex sentences, main clauses and definition of dependent clauses and also rules related to the complex sentences. And also solve the exercise on your book and also learn it by heart. That's all for today. Dear students, keep smiling and Allah Hafiz.